Welcome back. In the previous section, we understood what we are building. AgentDesk AI, a practical AI business agent for customer support and lead follow-up. Now we will move from concept to setup. In this section, we will prepare the complete VS Code project environment so that we can start building the agent step by step. Please, do not skip this part. Many beginners fail in AI projects not because the agent logic is difficult, but because the setup is messy. API keys are in the wrong place, packages are missing, project folders are confusing, or files are not organized properly. So our goal in this part is simple. Create a clean setup, understand the project folders, prepare the environment file safely, and make sure our terminal is ready before we write the main agent logic. Before we run anything, let me explain the project mindset. We are not building a random script. We are building a mini product. That means our code should be organized. The knowledge base should be separate from the agent logic. The tools should be separate from the user interface. The MCP server should be separate from the main application. The configuration should be separate from the code. This separation is very important in real-world agentic AI systems. If everything is written inside one giant Python file, the project may work for a demo, but it becomes difficult to maintain, test, and explain. AgentDesk AI will be simple, but it will follow the same design thinking used in real production systems: clean folders, reusable tools, clear prompts, real RAG, real MCP, and safe configuration. Now let us open the project folder in VS Code. The project is organized chapter by chapter, so each lesson has its own folder. But setup will happen only once at the root of the project. This is important. We do not want students creating a virtual environment and environment file again and again inside every chapter. One root virtual environment and one root environment file will serve the entire course. In Chapter 2, we use a setup script. To make this easier, the script checks Python, creates the virtual environment, installs dependencies, creates the environment file, and then tells us the next command to run. If Python is not installed, the script uses Wingit to install Python on Windows. After Python is installed, we close and reopen the terminal, then run the script again. This keeps setup simple for students. Instead of remembering many commands, they can run one setup script from the project root. The virtual environment is important because it keeps this project's Python packages separate from other projects on the system. When we build AI projects, package versions matter. A virtual environment prevents one project from breaking another project. After the virtual environment is created, the script upgrades pip and installs the packages from the root requirements file. For this project, we need packages for environment variables, OpenAI API communication, embeddings-based RAG, MCP server support, and structured validation. The student should not guess which packages are required. The project should tell them clearly, and the setup script should install everything in one attempt. Now let us talk about the environment file. This is one of the most important files in any AI project. The environment file stores secret configuration like API keys and feature flags. We do not hard-code API keys directly inside Python files. Hard-coding secrets is a bad practice because you may accidentally upload the key to GitHub or share it with someone. Instead, we keep a safe sample file called .env-example at the root of the project. This file shows what keys are required, but it does not contain real secrets. The setup script copies this sample file and creates a real .env file. Then we add our real OpenAI API key privately. Real API keys should stay private. They should never be hard-coded in Python files or committed to GitHub. Inside the environment file, we have three important settings. The model setting controls the OpenAI model used for agent response generation. The embedding model setting controls the OpenAI embeddings model used for semantic RAG retrieval. The USE_MCP flag controls whether we are using local tool calls or the MCP server path. At the start of the course, USE_MCP stays false because we first want to understand the agent flow clearly. Later, when we reach the MCP section, we will switch to the real MCP tool server and show how tools can be exposed through a standard interface. Now let us understand the project structure. The chapter folders show the learning path from intro to final capstone. Chapter 2 focuses only on setup. Later chapters add agentic thinking, RAG, MCP, the agent brain, guardrails, lead follow-up, demos, polish, and final packaging. The root requirements file contains the dependencies for the full course. The root environment example file shows the required configuration values. The setup script automates the boring setup steps so students can focus on learning the agent. Inside Chapter 2, the app file starts a small terminal application. It accepts a customer message and prints a JSON-style response. At this stage, the response is intentionally simple. The intent is unknown, the lead score is 1, and escalation is not implemented yet. That is not a bug. Chapter 2 is about setup, not intelligence. In the next chapter, we will replace this placeholder response with the first real agentic decision loop. Don't worry for now. I will give you the entire project code and the repository so you can explore it and practice with it. Let us quickly complete the setup steps so our system is running and ready for the next chapters. Now, let us go to the setup script located at the root level of the project. If you scroll to the bottom, you will see a file named setup_windows.ps1. This is a PowerShell script. It contains multiple setup commands, and when we execute it, all the required packages and dependencies will be installed automatically. Now I am going to execute this script in my VS Code terminal. Now wait for the setup to complete. Great! Now you can see that the environment files are created and all the required packages and dependencies are installed. Let us cross-check everything by running the Python version command. I will type the command now. Perfect. The Python version is showing correctly. That means our setup is working. Yes, we are up now and ready to proceed further. Congratulations! Your system is now ready for the next chapter. Let us quickly recap what we completed in this section. We opened the AgentDesk AI project in VS Code. We prepared one root setup for the entire course. We created one shared virtual environment. We installed the required dependencies. We created the root environment file from the root environment example file. We also understood where API keys and feature flags are stored, why use_MCP starts as false, and why later we will move into real MCP. Most importantly, we understood the project structure like a real product, not like a random script. In the next section, we will begin building the first real agentic AI foundation. We will move beyond placeholder output and teach the agent how to understand intent, score a lead, decide next action, and prepare for more powerful RAG and MCP workflows.